Hey, YouTube. Welcome to the behind the scenes of the Aligned Businesswoman podcast. You have first watch of what's going on next week inside the podcast because you're subscribed here. So you get the in and you get the unedited, raw version of the recording of the podcast. And so we're going to be talking today about 3 tips to avoid holiday stress in your business. And I have some amazing takeaways for you. So if you happen to be watching and then later on catch the actual podcast release, then make sure that you go to the downloads and you grab the free gifts that I have for this episode, or you can actually find them here in the comment section. So let's get started. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Welcome to the Aligned Businesswoman podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Ann Miller, and I'm so excited that you're here. We're going to be talking about 3 tips to avoid holiday stress within your business. But before we get started, with the holidays coming up and having to balance running our business as well as any of the festivities, the parties, the family coming over, all that good stuff. It is so important to be organized and to be focused and intentional more than ever right now, especially if you really want to hit a year-end goal that maybe you're close or maybe you're not even close, whatever it may be, and you have that goal that you want to make. This is the time to be organized and to have the support behind you. So I would like to take this time to invite you to the Quantum Leap Group program. Right now, I'm doing a $1 trial, so you can try all of the calls out, all the support, the community for $1 for the first 30 days. If that doesn't get you, I don't know what else will, because it is so impactful. Today, we had our CEO power planning. Well, we plan for Q4, and I like to make things fun. As a generator, I have to, bring the excitement, bring the generator buzz. And so we did a dancing meditation. We activated our inner goddess so she can give us divine guidance. And then we journaled and really took our mind to our next level self so we can know what our present selves needs to do so that we can reach our goal by the end of 2022. So if you're not inside the Quantum Leap program just yet, get in. This is the time to do it. So let's talk about the 3 tips to be able to manage your holiday stress within your business. With family coming in and maybe even some travel going on, more and more people are traveling now that COVID has died down. People are wanting to get out more and they're wanting to live life. Now, if you've been behind the computer or behind the devices growing your business and you're ready to live life and you're ready to spend the money that you've earned, then this is the time to do it, right? So let's talk about tip number 3. Let's talk about tip number 1 for managing holiday stress within your business. Now, this goes for any time of the year, but it's to be prepared and organized with a plan that has some flexibility. You want to be able to have the structure of what you can control and then allow pockets for flexibility for the things that may come up, or for you to allow flow so that your creativity is flowing through and you're having some more fun. As a generator, my one word theme for Q4 is playful. Like, I want to be playful. When I'm playful and when I'm having fun and I'm lit up in my business, that's when I find that I'm attracting my ideal client. That's when people are wanting to be in my space. And so allowing to have this structure where I get results and I get things done, but also having that playfulness and that flow allows me to be able to get things going, but also not put the pressure on myself that is going to stress me out and that's going to throw off any kind of logic, reasoning, and decision making. If you're into human design, I suggest checking out your arrows at the top. Let's say you're looking at your chart, it's going to be on the right side. And your arrows are going to dictate what kind of planner you are. So my arrow goes to the right when I'm looking at it. It's on the right side of my body when I'm looking at the chart, and it's going to the right. And that means that me having the flow and me not necessarily saying I need to focus on having a 10K month or 50K month or whatever it is. It's not like I gotta be so rigid and these are the numbers I need, but really, how do I want to feel? Inside the Quantum Leap program, we talk about that. We talk about the intangibles and the tangibles of goal setting. It's not only what kind of numbers you want to hit by the end of the month or the 90 days, but it's also about how do you want to feel? What are the energetics behind your goal? Like, what is it that you want to be able to say at the end of the month? I feel satisfied. I felt flowy. I felt confident. So being prepared and organized in the sense where you allow for both structure and flow is going to serve you so much, especially during a busy holiday season. Which brings me to number 2. To manage your stress, you have to almost get on top of it or ahead of the game. And so in neurolinguistic programming, we talk about managing your state at all times. And when I first was introduced to this concept, I thought it was like the dumbest thing. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, manage your state. And what that means is that you manage your mood, you manage your frequency, and you wake up with gratitude, you wake up in a joyful mood, and you stay in that frequency of joy. And when something comes to you, you're able to look at it from a higher frequency. And so it doesn't necessarily pull you down. I have a little one here, of course. Anytime he hears me talking on Zoom or anything like that, he wants to come in and, say his thing. So it's said that when you're at a higher frequency, someone coming in at a lower frequency is not going to be able to pull you down as much, especially if you have learned to manage your personal power and you've learned to manage your state. So managing your state and having a practice to manage your state is going to help you with your manifestation. It's going to help you draw in those dreamy clients, and it's going to help you have the clarity and awareness of what you need to be able to do in your business so that you are taking aligned action. I can't wait to see or to hear what this is going to sound like on the podcast recording. Oh, wow. This is the first podcast recording where I actually let him to be in the room. All right. So let's get on to number 3 and we can wrap this baby up. So number 3 is you want to be able to be on top of your frequency. Yes. But then also be prepared to release and let go. Let things roll off your shoulders. If you have an undefined, I think it's the undefined head or ajna, forgive me on this, but when you have the undefined head in ajna, a lot of times we tend to worry about things that don't matter. And if you have a defined head like me and defined ajna, we can still be conditioned to worry about things that don't matter. And so being in your personal power where you allow things just to roll off your back and let it go and focus on the things that you can control and release the things that you can't control. Okay, hold on, sweetheart. And just focus on what you can control. And, sometimes we can get all like in our heads about what did they mean by that? Or we try to decipher like, why did they say it like that? And, we get into our emotions and it messes with our logic. If we can remember this important thing when we're dealing with family members that may be coming into town, or maybe team members, or even customers or clients that we're interacting with, and that they're going through their own maybe stressful holiday, or they're just going through their own life. If we can remember to sit back and see unconscious, or even ask like unconscious mind, hold on, sweetheart, I'm almost done. Okay. Ask yourself, unconscious mind. Here, you want to come and say hi? Okay. So when someone comes into your space and you're wondering, what do they mean by that? Or that maybe they trigger you in a way, this is an opportunity for you to ask your unconscious mind, what are you trying to mirror to me? What is it that I need to work on within me? Why is this coming about now? And so when you can be at cause of your situation, of your environment, of the things that are happening, then you can be able to better respond to things, better react. And so being able to release and let go, and then going within and saying, what is it that I need to learn from this situation so that I can transmute it into something that is going to be for my benefit? So those are my top 3 tips on managing stress or avoiding stress during the holiday season within your business. I love you. I will see you next week. And if you are listening to the podcast, I will see you on the next episode of The Aligned Businesswoman. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.